Can you go give this one to Phoebe over there?
Good morning. I'd like to thank you all for attending this morning's parade and this ceremony. My name is Bob Burke. I am the commander of the Middleborough Veterans Council. I would like you all to know that the performers and flower girls are from the Burtwood Schools of Performing Arts. Today we are honoring John F. Glass. John was first sent to the Mexican border to pursue of Mexican bandit Pancho Villa. When the United States entered World War I, John's unit was sent to France, where on October 26, 1918, near the age of 21, John was killed by a German soldier. Because of John's sacrifice, on Memorial Day 1929, Everett Square, I repeat, ladies and gentlemen of Middleborough, Everett Square was rededicated as John F. Glass Square. And then in 1930, John F. Glass VFW Post 2188 was chartered.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We now are going to post the colors. As the flag is raised, Call for the Colors will be played under the direction of Justin Pitsley and the Middleborough High School Band. The flag will be unfolded and raised by a Veteran Service Officer, VFW Commander Wayne Packard, and Veteran Service Officer Paul Preventer, and our Grand Marshal Wayne Warner, who is filling in for John Glass and is unable to attend today. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by John F. Glass, VW Post 2188 Commander Wayne Packard, and our Grand Marshal.
Stand salute. I pledge allegiance to the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We will now post the service flags. Veterans, when you hear your service song, please rise to be recognized and hand salute. The United States Army. The United States Marines. The United States Navy. The United States Air Force. The United States Coast Guard. The Merchant Marines. We will now honor the POW flag and the Massachusetts state flag. God Bless the USA will be sung by Miss Eastern Massachusetts 2013, Carla Lemire. With a little help.
Thank my lucky stars to be living
Winesburg, Vice Commander of the Oak Point Veterans Association, will now read General Logan's Order Number 11.
General Order Number 11, Headquarters, Grand Army of the Republic, Washington, D.C., May 5, 1868. The 30th day of May, 1868, is designated for the purpose of strewing with flowers or otherwise decorating the graves of comrades who died in the defense of their country during the late rebellion, and whose bodies now lie in almost every city, village, and hamlet churchyard in the land. In this observance, no form or ceremony is prescribed, but posts and comrades will, in their own way, arrange such fitting services and testimonials of respect as circumstances may permit. We are organized, comrades, as our regulations tell us, for the purpose, among other things, of preserving and strengthening those kind and fraternal feelings which have bound together the soldiers, sailors, and Marines who united to suppress the late rebellion. What can aid more to assure this result than by cherishing tenderly the memory of our heroic dead who made their breasts a barricade between our country and its foe? Their soldier lives were the reveille of freedom to a race in chains, and their death a tattoo of rebellious tyranny in arms. We should guard their graves with sacred vigilance. All that the consecrated wealth and taste of the nation can add to their adornments and security is but a fitting tribute to the memory of her slain defenders. Let no wanton foot tread rudely on such hallowed ground. Let pleasant paths invite the coming and going of reverent visitors and found mourners. Let no vandalism of avarice or neglect, no ravages of time, testify to the present or to the coming generations that we have forgotten as a people the cost of free and undivided republic. If other eyes grow dull, and other hands slack, and other hearts cold in the solemn trust, ours shall keep it well as long as the light and warmth of light remains in us. Let us then, at the time appointed, gather around their sacred remains and garland the passionless mounds above them with choicest flowers of springtime. Let us raise above them the dear old flag they saved from dishonor. Let us in the solemn presence renew our pledges to aid and assist those whom they have left among us as sacred charges upon the nation's gratitude, the soldiers and sailors, widows, and orphans. It is the purpose of the Commander-in-Chief to inaugurate this observance with the hope it will be kept up from year to year, while a survivor of the war remains, to honor the memory of his departed comrades. We earnestly desire the public press to call attention to this order and lend its friendly aid in bringing it to the notice of comrades in all parts of the country in time for simultaneous compliance therewith. Department of Commanders will use every effort to make this order effective. By command of John A. Logan, Commander-in-Chief, N.B. Chipman, Adjutant General.
Over the last month, God has taken away from us many new angels. The children and teachers of Sandy Hook, the 4 from Benghazi, the people from the Boston Marathon, and those from the tornadoes out in the Midwest. I now ask for a moment of silence for those, as well as the far too many angels that have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country.
Sometimes I think about the memory Sometimes I think about America, about her pain along the way. I know it had to be for our democracy, for the world we live in today, for the heroes, for the patriots, for the soldiers, for all the pioneers. I will always be an American, and I'll always cry American tears.
Thank you, Amy. I now invite VFW Commander Wayne Packett and John F. Glass to the podium for the purpose of a presentation, a citation.
In honor of his duty to our great nation and to his contributions to the community, we, the members of the Middleborough Veterans Council, select John F. Glass as our Grand Marshal for the 2013 Memorial Day activities. John F. Glass was born in Middleborough, Massachusetts in 1897, the son of John F. and Helen Angus Reed and Glass. In 1916, John joined Company D, 5th Infantry in Plymouth, Massachusetts. John saw action on the Mexican border in pursuit of the Mexican bandit Pancho Villa. John served in World War I in Army Company D, 101st Infantry of the 26th Yankee Division. He was stationed in France. John participated in most of the major battles. On August 28, 1918, John received his first battle wound. And then on October 26, 1918, near Devois-Estrand, France, at the age of 21, John was killed by a German bullet. Because of John's sacrifice, on Memorial Day 1929, Everett Square was rededicated as John F. Glass Square, and then in 1930, John F. Glass VFW Post 2188 was chartered. It is therefore acknowledged under my hand on this Memorial Day, May 27, 2013, that John F. Glass served as the Grand Marshal over the Memorial Day activities in the town of Middleborough, Massachusetts.
In 1915, inspired by a poem in Flanders Field, Monica Mitchell conceived an idea to wear red poppies on Memorial Day in honor of those who died serving the nation in wartime. She was the first to wear one and sold poppies to her friends and co-workers, with the money going to benefit servicemen in need. This started the tradition of the various service organizations selling them through the years. Flanders Field will now be read by Marjorie Towers.
When you wear a poppy, you're honoring the sacrifice made by our servicemen while assisting the living. In Flanders Field by Colonel John McCrae. In Flanders Field the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky the lark still bravely singing fly. Scarce heard amidst the gun below, we are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Field. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from falling hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who died, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Field. The answer is, rest in peace, ye Flanders dead. The fight that we so bravely led, we've taken up and we will keep true faith with you who lie asleep. With each cross to mark his bed, where once his own lifeblood ran deep. So let you rest, be sweet and deep in Flanders dear. Fear not that we have died for naught. The torch you threw to us we caught. 10 million hands will hold it high, and freedom's light shall never die. We've learned that lesson that you taught in Flanders dear.
Thank you, Margie. Our Grand Marshal, John F. Glass, assisted by Paul Proventia, will now lay the ceremonial wreath. God Bless America will be played by Nicole de Blasi, Miss Middleborough 2013. We will now memorialize the war dead from the Civil War to the present. After each name is read, the Wayne Carring Bell will be rung by Don Trenna, assisted by Frank Brennan. Pat Pettengort will now read the war dead of the Civil War.
The Civil War. The Civil War. The War of the Rebellion, as the Civil War was called, found the men of Middleborough as determined and dedicated to the preservation of the nation to the freedom as their forefathers. The men of Middleborough served, and many died in every major battle of that war. Antietam, Shiloh, Bull Run, Gettysburg, names such as Andersonville, Petersburg, and Cold Harbor appear on the historical record of service of those who gave their lives. They are Myron E. Alger, Frederick E. Atwood, William M. Atwood, Pelgin F. Benson, William H. Brightman, David H. Burgess, Washington I. Caswell, Benjamin Chamberlain, Ormo H. Churchill, Darius B. Clark, John L. Cobb, George Cummings, Richard Cox, Francis B. Cushman, William S. Eaton Jr., J. Arthur Fitch, George N. Gammon, Cyrus Hall, Daniel Handy, Isaiah Harlow, Levi Hathaway, George Hinkle, Francis M. Hodges, Charles E. Hunt, Edward Jennings, Eldridge A. Maxim, John K. Maxim, Samuel Mellon, Charles A. Paul, Cyrus Perkins, Morrill Perkins, Martin V. Raymond, James C. Record, Samuel M. Ryder, Henry L. Shaw, Ephraim Simeons, Preston Soule, Timothy Sullivan, George H. Swift, Abraham Thomas, Andrew E. Thomas, Francis F. Thomas, Joseph Thomas, Stephen F. Thomas, Alba C. Tinkham, Charles G. Tinkham, James H. Wade, Henry M. Warren, Isaiah T. Westgate, Cyrus White, Sidney B. Wilbur, Charles W. Wilmot.
Frank Prenny, past commander of the DAV Chapter 57 Taunton, will now read the war death of World War I.
In 1917, Middleborough was again called on to remember Washington's words, "With our fate, the destinies of untold millions be involved." With a dream and a vision that this would be the war to end all wars, Middleborough again responded to the call. Those who made the supreme sacrifice are Harold R. Ashley, Francis P. Breck, John F. Glass, William Green, Isaac G. Griffin, Roger L. Keedwell, Daniel McLeod, Joseph Meglio, William H. Messer, Simeon L. Nickerson, Charles E. Reed, Fred A. Robinson, Harry M. Rogers, Joseph G. Rose, Nina L. Seymour.
Thank you, Fran. VFW Post 2188 Advocate William Lane will now read the war dead of World War II.
With the disillusionment that the war to end all wars had already been fought, the men of Middleborough once again responded to the call as did their fathers and forefathers. This conflict was like no other. It was fought in Europe, Asia, Africa, in the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. Those who did not return are Armand J. April, Thomas C. Archer, Henry A. Bump, Earl L. Casey, Robert A. Crozier, John J. Fasula, Leo O. Forcier, Vincent A. Galfrey, Vernon M. Haynes, George R. Huxley, Albert E. Lang, Leonard W. MacDonald, Harry C. Martins, Irving F. Mitchell, Paul C. Mitchell, Thomas F. O'Brien, Edward E. Pierce, Vernon A. Porter, Donald A. Quagan, Robert B. Stewart, William L. Supworth, Robert A. Sullivan, Charles W. Teal, and Russell W. Tripp.
Thank you, Bill. Paul Proventia, Middleborough's Veteran Service Officer, will now read the war dead of the Korean War.
With the United Nations, a new hope that hostilities in the world would come to an end was prevalent. In 1950, the United States committed its military force to battle under the flag of the United Nations. For the third time in a century, men of Middleborough went forth to bring to the end of the war. Most of them were veterans of World War II. Those who did not return: Leo Gamache, Alfred R. Gauthier, Walter S. Hammond, Jr.
Will now read the war dead of the Vietnam War and Enduring Freedom.
For the fourth time in 50 years, this country was again called on its young to stem the tide of oppression in the world. The debate and rationale of that conflict will undoubtedly continue, but we are here this day shall not let the gallantry and courage of those men who gave so much be forgotten. They were David L. Bellerive, Wayne M. Caron, Zane A. Carter, Gerald B. Dorr, Vincent J. Falconeri, William F. Hitchcock, Roger P. Kay, Hubert B. Lohe, Douglas Moorman, William J. Morrison, Richard Olson, William M. Smith, Larry L. Stoner, Robert F. Towns, Jr., Fred Z. Washburn, Desert Storm. Fortunately, there were no servicemen or women from Middleborough or Lakeville killed in Desert Storm, although many participated. War on Terrorism. Many servicemen and women from Middleborough are serving in the war on terrorism in various locations in the world. So far, this war has claimed the life of Staff Sergeant Bruce Allen Rushforth, Jr. May he rest in peace.
Middleborough Veterans Honor Guard will now give a 21-gun salute. Following taps, the echo being performed by the Middleborough High School Band. Again, I ask you all to rise, veterans hand salute, and others place your hand over your right hand. Be careful, the guns are very loud. Ooh. You can be seated. This day is sacred with almost visible presence of those who have gone before us. We honor the memory of those who gave their lives in all the wars and in service to our country. May the ceremonies of today deepen your reserve in our war dead. Let us renew our pledge of loyalty to our country. I would like to thank all of those that assisted in the preparation and execution of today's ceremony, with a special thanks to the ladies from the Burtwood Schools of Performing Arts. While you are leaving, they will sing a variety of patriotic songs. This will be the conclusion of our services. Unit commanders, take charge of your troops.